Hello and welcome to the second week of the Feel Good-a-thon. It's currently Tuesday. It's not the very first day, it's not Monday, but I didn't read anything yesterday. I don't know what happened, I just didn't get around to it. To be honest, I just didn't get around to it. So we are starting this on Tuesday. I'll tell you what book I'm in the middle of and what's left on my TBR and just update. The book that I'm in the middle of is The Lost Man by Jane Harper. I am now 2 hours into it, so like roughly almost 20%. I'm hoping I can get another chunk of it done today. That would just be nice. The other books left on my TBR is Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Rift Part 1. So I will probably periodically throughout the week read one of these. I have all 3 parts checked out from Hoopla, which, if you don't know, each kind of like story arc in this comic book series, each one is done in like a 3-part, like they're each individually separated into 3 parts. Other books left on my TBR is Don't Call the Wolf and Burn Our Bodies. So I don't know if I'll get to either of these, honestly. I don't know. I would like to get to one of them just to get like a physical arc off of it. I would really like to get to Burn Our Bodies down a lot. That's a high priority one. And also, just my classic for the month is Sherlock Holmes, the novels. I don't know if I'll get to this during the readathon because it wasn't really on my TBR. It's just like a monthly thing. That's where I'm at. Welcome to this week. I hope you enjoyed the vlog from last week. It was kind of a doozy, wasn't it? I went through a lot physically, and I'm happy to report this week isn't as rough for me, which is great. I'm probably right now going to maybe take a cute bookstagram with my coffee because I love taking pictures of whipped coffee with books. I'm gonna go and do that and then read some, and I will update you when I've next read something. But welcome to the vlog. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope your week 2 of the Feel Good-a-thon is a success. So I just wanted to update you for tonight. It's still Tuesday, and I did read more. I got to almost 4 hours into my audiobook of The Lost Man, which is like roughly 34%, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really good. I'm hoping that I do finish it this week. I had a rough ending to my night. I was kind of like okay today, and then I just bam, I reached a breaking point. My depression just is bad right now, and that's okay. And I got really down on myself, and I'm still really down on myself right now, but I am here. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes for me, I get really intense waves of it because a perfect combination of events leads to me just breaking. And that's what happened tonight. It was just a bunch of little stupid stuff that happened that just broke me. And I cried, and I got really hard on myself. I lived through it. I didn't let myself do any bad behaviors that are not healthy for me, and I feel good about that, even though I don't feel good right now at all, and it's not a positive moment in my life. You can still find positives. I just wanted to tell you that I did read more today, and I had a bad ending to my night, but a reminder that you can wake up and it can all be okay again, or a little less bad, and that's okay. I'm reminding myself that. I'm gonna go to sleep. That's all I got. So, I will see you tomorrow. Hello, it is now Wednesday, and it's late. It's not super late. It's like 5:30, and I've had the worst day ever. Why do I have such terrible weeks during this readathon? As I had updated you last night, I was not feeling the best, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna wake up and hope tomorrow is better. Boy, was I fooling myself. Starting from like 11:30 onward, one of my lovely neighbors decided that they were going to set off fireworks. And I'm not talking the chibi ones that make a little like sound outside. I'm talking the sound of them was like big production fireworks. Like these were expensive fireworks. Like you could hear them being shot up. That's how expensive they were. They were doing them after 11:30 at night. So I blew a freaking gasket. And it continued to happen until like 12:30. Finally, we called the cops because I'm sorry, but I don't deal with people who do disorderly things for absolutely no reason. Like, it wasn't the weekend. It wasn't like it was 10:30, maybe even 11. Like, it started at 11:30 and went all the way past midnight. And they were sporadic. They were really, really loud. And somebody else had already made a noise complaint about it, and it was then shut down afterwards. Like right after we called, we didn't hear anything else. But I was up until probably close to 2 o'clock because I have an elderly dog, and he's old. He's like 12, I think, and he has major anxiety, and any type of loud noise, anything like that, anything that could trigger a loud noise sends him into a panic attack. So he spent a solid 45 minutes under my bed, literally just clawing at the carpet, and he was just like unplugging all of my cords and extension cords that are like right here at my end table, and he was just like losing his mind. And like I don't get mad at him, obviously, because like he has no control over it, just like how I have no control over my anxiety. He just like, he can't. And it was finally over. I then spent time trying to get him out from under my bed and to just like calm down. So yeah, I went to bed way later than I should have, and then on top of it, I was up at 6:30. No reason why. Absolutely none. So I've had the longest day in history. Been up for way too long as it is. And then I had to go to the store. And I hate going to the store to get food. It's awful. Luckily this time wasn't as bad, because usually if you go like kind of in the middle of the week and kind of in the middle of the day, it's not as bad. But it's still a nightmare to go shopping right now. Like, it's terrifying. People are mean and they're not nice and they get in your way. But luckily it wasn't really crowded, so it was fine. And then I had to do laundry because like I'm like out of pajamas that I normally wear. So it's just been like one thing after another 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 thing, and I'm just really tired. I'm tired. I caught up on a lot of booktube this morning, which is really good. I'm almost caught up. I think I only have like 12-13 videos like from this morning. I haven't read a single thing today because I've just been so miserable. I just haven't been doing anything. I'm gonna go and maybe I'll like watch a movie or something that'll make me feel good. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing something. I don't know if I have the stamina or the mental energy to read or listen to an audiobook. We'll see. But I just wanted to update you and tell you that if you thought my day and night couldn't have gotten worse, it did. Good evening. It is now Thursday. Oh wow, it's Thursday. Now late. It's like 8 o'clock. As I showed in a really awkward clip earlier, I made some banana bread, so I think that counts as the prompt to make something you've been wanting to craft, because I really enjoy making banana bread. It's not one of my favorite desserts by any means, but people say that it's really good, and that makes me feel good. It's so nice to make something for people and people be like, wow, that's really bomb. And I'm like, it's not my favorite. I kind of low-key hate bananas, but like, okay, let's keep it going. I read more in The Lost Man by Harper, and I am now 48% into it, so I would like to finish off the chapter I'm currently in the middle of and read more tonight, basically until I'm ready to go to bed. I ordered some new skincare products, which is really exciting. It's really exciting because it's a big thing that I've been very self-conscious about lately, and I've been struggling with confidence issues in general lately. So it's nice to put in the like money to do something for myself that I think will help me. Watched a movie last night. Didn't bring nostalgia. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow night. It's been pretty uneventful today, but still a good day. Good solid day. My aunt has been doing this thing where she buys me books off of my wish list. She made me like kind of make a wish list, and she's been buying me books, and I'm so excited for this book because this is one of my favorite books ever. I've read it twice already. I reread it like a couple months ago, and that is Good Morning, Good Night by Lin-Manuel Miranda and illustrated by Neeson, and I'm so excited. When I tell you I want to read this book anytime I'm depressed, I want to read it anytime I'm depressed. Oh my god, so excited. That is all I got. So I'm gonna go and probably read because I need to do more of that. I'm not accomplishing nearly what I put on my TBR. I don't know what I put, like freaking 5 regular length novels on my TBR, and I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. I'm gonna go. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully the cold brew I started this morning isn't ridiculously strong because I'm gonna brew it for like longer. So hopefully I don't die tomorrow morning. Howdy, it's now Friday night. I just got done doing things. I went to Target because we needed toilet paper and I got boots. It's June, but I spend more of my life living winter now. So I found these and I've been wanting them, and they were only $15. So I got them. I'm gonna talk to you while I do some laundry folding. There's my neighbor with his loud car radio. He plays the same song over and over again, and like I feel bad for him because like he only plays one song, but like also big mood because that's me. I ended up reading way more of my book, which is The Lost Man by Harper. I now have less than 2 hours, like an hour and 42 minutes, which is like less than an hour like in real time because I listen on like 1.75 speed. So I'm excited because I can finish that tonight. My shorts didn't shrink. No, okay. Worried there because they're not supposed to go in the dryer. We went through the drive-thru at Starbucks. I got a s'mores frap. I haven't had one in like a year since like they came around for the first time last summer. I also haven't been to a Starbucks in like a year just because like there's not one in my town. It's like 20-25 minutes away. Hopefully we are going to the beach again this weekend. Very excited for that. I was gonna try to watch a movie tonight, but I don't know if I will because I still have to finish my book. Grandma goes to bed early, so if I read the rest of the book, which is like an hour now, then it's gonna be 9 o'clock, and then it's too late to start a movie because I like to be snug as a bug in a rug by 10. So I don't know, we'll see. I want to arrest every person who rides a dirt bike in my neighborhood. I want to arrest them because I don't live in the middle of nowhere. I don't live in the woods. I live in a city landscape, and they drive around the streets and it's not safe and it's just rude, and I hate them, and I know which house they're coming out of, and I really just want to have word because of like my whole wrist situation at the very end of last year / early this year. Reading has been very touch and go for me, so I just feel really good about the fact that I'm like regularly reading. This clip is already too long, and I'm gonna be annoyed when I'm editing this because I'm gonna have to cut out half of it. So I'm gonna go listen to my audiobook, put the rest of the clothes away, and edit this vlog, and maybe I'll update you again tonight with my thoughts on my book. We'll see. Is this the most atrocious background you've ever seen? I love that for me. But I just wanted to switch it up. I don't want to always be vlogging in the same spots. So this is like my ugly bookcase. This is all of my movies and then like my weird hodgepodge library books slash very few TBR books slash books I'm currently like have on my radar. I finished my book. I apparently had much less than I thought I had, so I only had like an hour and 20 minutes left because the last 30 minutes, I guess, I don't know if they were an excerpt from some other book, but all of a sudden the book ended. So I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. I think Jane Harper is definitely going to be like a kind of like auto read author for me. I just really enjoy her books. I don't know what it is, but just something about like reading about these characters in Australia. It's like so interesting to me. Usually writes from like a male perspective, and it's so interesting to me because like a lot of times like you don't get a female author who's like going to write from a male perspective, so it's very interesting. The storyline ended up getting much more intense than I thought it would. It definitely has a lot more intensity than her other books did. Those are the fireworks that haunted me earlier this week. Lovely. Use this as the prompt of a book with your fave trope, and I don't know what my fave tropes are, to be honest. I don't know if I have many, but I love the trope that she uses, which is like people going back to their hometown with all of this baggage. Like, I love that. Like, what? Really enjoyed it, and 2 thumbs up. That is all I got for today. I'm going to go to bed because I'm tired. Hopefully those fireworks, they better stop. Otherwise somebody's getting in trouble again. Hello and welcome to Saturday. It is currently like 12:30. I have a big old nice yummy smoothie. I read a decent amount this morning. I started Burn Our Bodies Down by Rory Power, and I got 14% of the way into that. I also started The Little Prince again. I had started it last week, but the translated version that I had did not make any sense. I was so confused. So I went through a different like library Libby system, and this version makes much more sense. Started reading it again, and I'm like 24 pages into that, and it's only like 100 pages long. So my goal is to definitely finish that today and get part of the way through something else. I will let you know when I have finished something or made more progress into something. It is now Saturday night. As I had showed in my clip earlier, I did do the self-care prompt of reading while snuggling with something soft. I read more in The Little Prince. I didn't read much just because I've been dealing with anxiety tonight. Not with any thoughts, but just physical, purely physical. I've just been a mess. My stomach is doing flip-flops, and I'm just having problems like breathing sometimes, and it's just the life with anxiety. I didn't really get to read that much, but that's okay because we still have tomorrow, and that's awesome. I finished even another self-care prompt, and that was to meditate. Tonight, when I was really in a moment with my anxiety, I was like, oh, let's pause and do some guided meditation. I use like 2 different types. One is specifically geared towards tuning into your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors, and like physical sensations and stuff. And then I also do another type of meditation, which is like imagery type of meditation. So it's like guiding you through a like forest, for example. That's just kind of what I needed tonight. It didn't make all of my feelings go away. That's not really the goal of meditation. It just helped ground me in the moment and kept me from floating away. And I just spent a lot of time farting around on the couch watching TikTok. So, you know, you're just gonna have nights like that. The goals for tomorrow is to finish Little Prince and to also read the Avatar: The Last Airbender comic books. See you in the morning. Morning? Afternoon? I don't know. Somebody's going by with their loud bass. Just another night in the neighborhood. Howdy, it is now Sunday evening. It's about 6 o'clock, a little bit before then. And I wanted to give you a little bit of an update before I took off my makeup. I actually look nice. So here you go. I had planned to film since I did a hat look nice today, but it just didn't end up happening. I did do a fair amount of reading. I ended up finishing The Little Prince. I don't change my rating on it. It's a solid 4-star read for me. I feel like I didn't get as much out of it upon this reread as I had the first time that I read it. I think that's just where my mind was at, but I still think it's a really good book. I did complete a prompt for that one, and let me tell you what that prompt is. A short book because The Little Prince is like 100 pages. I also started another book, and that book is the first Sherlock Holmes book, which is A Study in Scarlet. I am 51 pages into it, and it is only like 129 pages. So if I could read that tonight, that would be great. I mean, 70 pages is like nothing. So my goal is to finish the first novel in here of that. So far, I'm really enjoying it. Honestly, I'm very surprised. I did not expect to be enjoying it this much. I was very hesitant to read Sherlock Holmes, but so far it's really, really enjoyable. I dig how I did my eye makeup today. It is like really pretty. This is kind of like more cooler toned pink than I do, but I kind of dig it. It like stands out more, and I really like it. It looks good with the shirt. We originally were supposed to go to the beach today. I think I mentioned that earlier, but the weather ended up actually cooling way down. We're supposed to go to the beach, but I'm not one of those people who lives in the Northeast and they're just like, it's a certain time of year, therefore I'm gonna be at the beach. No, sis, it has to be hot. Like, I'm not going to the beach if it's cold. I can go to the beach and sit and like enjoy the beach if it's cold and I'm dressed, but I'm not gonna be going in my bathing suit. Like, that's insanity to me. Also very excited because I got like 90% of my new skincare, and I'm very excited. Actually, I'm gonna go get that and show you what I got. So I grabbed most of it. I forgot to grab the face wash, but the face wash that I got is the CeraVe, I don't know, everybody says it differently. The SA cleansing face wash. The moisturizer that I got, I'll put a picture on the screen because it hasn't gotten here yet, is the Neutrogena combination skin oil-free moisturizer. Because if you're wondering why this is all suddenly happening and why I bought all these products at once, it's because my sister did research and then kind of told me. Hiram over at Skincare for Hiram, or Hiram for Skincare, or something like that, his channel. I don't know. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. He has a ton of videos on affordable skincare, and we watched a ton and ordered stuff. And I got, this isn't a recommendation from him, but this was just a recommendation from other people. This is Pond's Cleansing Balm, which is recommended to take off makeup. I'm hoping it's not as intense as their other cold cream. It's new, so I hope not. But their other cold cream is a little much, so I'm hoping that this is better. I got a bunch of stuff from The Ordinary. I got that red AHA mask, the red one. The next thing that I got is lactic acid 10% plus HA. And this is hyaluronic acid plus B5. And then niacinamide, he recommends all of these, and that's why I bought them, because he recommended them. He seems to know what he's talking about. Right now I have been struggling a lot with like self-confidence issues with my looks, which is fun, and I can't get to either my endocrinologist or my dermatologist for like 2 to 3 more months still. And I think a lot of what I have going on is hormone related, but considering I can't do anything about that anytime soon, I figured, hey, let's try out some new skincare. Worst case scenario, it doesn't do anything spectacular, but I know it's still better for my skin overall, or I noticed some differences. We'll see. My goal is to finish the first Sherlock Holmes book tonight. That would be awesome. It's still early. I don't see why that would be a problem. So now I'm gonna go take off my makeup and probably not do all of these because I don't want to do everything at once. But yeah, I will update you again tonight to round out this vlog. It is currently close to 9 o'clock now probably, and I am here to wrap up the end of the second week of the Feel-Good-athon and the end of the readathon. Wow, was it a wild couple weeks. Looking back on it, I was like, wow, I didn't do that much, but then like I kind of did. I had a lot going on the first 2 weeks of June, and I still managed to read a decent amount, more than I have in a while. I did end up completing my goal for the rest of the night, which was to finish A Study in Scarlet, which is the first novel in this like Sherlock Holmes bind up. I ended up giving it like somewhere between 4 and 5 stars. It was really, really good. I was kind of surprised. I didn't expect to love it as much. The format of it was really cool. The way that he told the story and the mystery behind it and the crime was really, really interesting. I just think it was really brilliant, honestly. For the time period that this was written, I think it was really well done. I decided to count this as the challenge of a book younger you would have loved, because I think if I had read this, considering it's like a classic a few years ago, I think I would have still enjoyed it. Even though I wasn't as into classics, I think I still would have really enjoyed this. I think it was very palatable. I think it was fun and entertaining, and the characters are so likable in it. I ended up completing all but 2 of the reading prompts for the readathon, which the 2 that I didn't finish were to buddy read a book and to read a host favorite book. And I also managed to do all but 3 of the self-care prompts. So I would say that this readathon was a really big win for me. Wasn't sure how it was gonna go. I really wasn't. The last time I have attempted to participate in readathons or just to be regular at all in reading, it was a fail. I feel like this year has not been my year for reading, so I'm really, really happy with how these first 2 weeks have gone, and I feel like I'm really motivated to keep reading in June, which is exactly what I wanted this readathon to be. I wanted to have a readathon that would help me get back into reading, and I ended up reading 7 books total, which is pretty good, all things considering. That's pretty impressive. Let's have good energy and good vibes going into the rest of the month. Let's keep this going. Let's keep the ball rolling. I hope if you participated in this readathon that you had a good couple weeks, or just the first 2 weeks of June reading wise were good for you, or maybe they weren't. And if they weren't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If they were anything like the first 5 months of this year have been for me, then I'm sorry. That's terrible. Let me know if you have any thoughts on any of the books that I read in this video, and I hopefully will see you guys in the next one. Bye.